Hey, what is up, guys? It is your boy King Scourge here, and tonight we're going to be doing my Gladiator Beast deck profile. It's certainly been a hot minute since I've done one of these. I've been busy with things, and I figured it should be time I uploaded something. It's been about a week, but since then, I guess I kind of want to start off by saying thank you for everyone who's taken interest in my channel. My subscriber count has been going off the charts. A little less than a year ago, I was only like at 70 subscribers, and now I have twice that many in like 6 months. I know I've had the channel for a couple years, but I really do appreciate all your support for everything you guys have doing for me, and it keeps me going. I know I'm not the most consistent. I don't expect to make money off my videos, but I do this for a hobby, and I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. Second thing, for everyone who's been affected by this crush card virus, always keep in mind that we're in this together. I haven't gotten sick yet, so I'm counting my lucky stars. I'm playing it safe and stuff. But if you have had it, I hope you guys are staying safe out there. It's a crazy world right now, but we're getting through it. So anyway, what Gladiator Beast they'll do from playtesting and things. I'm not an expert, but I kind of understand the basic purpose of it. The Glad Beasts have antics that I'm gonna joke around a lot, but they have tricks that they can do. Basically, they can tag out during the battle phase when they attack, or if they're attacked by a monster, so they're kind of an offensive deck. But they can do defensive strategies too. But they return themselves to the deck to summon themselves, and then they kind of span the field, and then they let you contact fusion into bigger monsters. I mean, you have like Gazaris, and you have like Gazaris and Tamer Editor, which is the one the boss monster that lets you cheat out your other extra deck monsters, and they can do a whole bunch of things. This deck is in my opinion, this deck is fun, but it's a glass cannon, because like if anything gets like Ash or Impermed, you pretty much have to end your turn around the spot. Without really, not always, and it really sucks that Called By is at 1. I don't even play Called By in my build just because there hasn't been any tournaments, but when Crossout Designator comes out, Crossout Designator and maybe Called By will go back to 2 or 3. Definitely play those. Don't play too many. I'd probably play like 2 Crossout and 2 Called By, just because you really want your shit to go off, because uninterrupted, because you can make some pretty cool boards, and you can even do the establish the so-called infinite negate board which really isn't that hard, especially with the help of some of the Tri-Brigade stuff. But I just use the Link monsters for fodder and stuff. But it's a really interesting deck, and I've been playtesting, and I feel like it's been a while since I've done a deck profile. And if you guys haven't checked out my video when I opened Phantom Rage, a box of Phantom Rage, and pulled the Zeus, a lot of my cards have been going in value, which is really neat too. So I've also been buying cards and kind of making decks and testing them out and things like that. So without further ado, let's get into this, guys. Alright, so the first monster we want to play is, of course, this card is an honorary Glad Beast in my opinion. We need to play 3 Rescue Rabbit. Let me see if I can. But yeah, you really want this to go off, because we do play 3 normal monsters in the deck, Gladiator Beast and all, but Rescue Rabbit really just helps. It's like I said, it's like an honorary Glad Beast, but basically it cannot be special summoned. It can't be special from the deck, but you can banish this card from face up on the field, and special summon 2 normal monsters from your deck, but destroy them. They can't attack and destroy them during the end phase. So he basically summons 2 Andal and lets you go off with your Link plays to kind of get things going. And a lot of the things that the Glad Beasts have in common is all their boss monsters don't have a hard once per turn, so you can repeatedly do some more shenanigans with that. But you need to play through Rescue Rabbit, in my opinion. It's just a really good starter card, and you want to open up with the next card. It just helps start your plays. Speaking of, next we want to play 2 Gladiator Beast Andal. This is the normal monster your target for Rescue Rabbit. It doesn't do much, but this is like one of the best Gladiator Beasts in the deck because Rescue Rabbit can tutor this out. Because Rescue Rabbit is literally a one card test Panther, and you can do some shenanigans with that, even with Andal and Test Panther, which is really neat. And it just helps you go off. So next we need to run, I run 3 Test Tiger. Some people run 2, but I think 3 is fine. It's a free special summon if you control a Gladiator Beast. And then you contribute another Gladiator Beast and this card, and then special summon a Gladiator Beast from your deck, and it's treated as being special summoned by the effect of another Gladiator Beast, which is great. You don't really use that effect, Test Tiger's effect, very often. I mean, you use the special summon effect, but you mainly just you can special summon Test Tiger as many times as you want. So if you open up with 2 of them, and you can just do things. It's another play extender, but this is another card you need to play 3 of. Well, you can play 2 of, but I played 3. Hasn't been too much of an issue. Next, we run 2 Gladiator Beast Augustus. Now, Augustus is one of your main fusion material monsters that you're going to use to contact fuse in your some of your bigger boss monsters. But when it's special summoned by the effect of a Gladiator Beast monster, you can special summon 1 Gladiator Beast monster from your hand. And then at the end of the all the Gladiator Beasts share the same effect. At the end of the battle phase, if this card battles, you can shuffle this card in the deck and special summon a Gladiator Beast from deck. So Augustus is going to be your main deck, one of your main deck monsters to be able to go into some of your fusion monsters. Next, personally, I've been okay with 2 Gladiator Beast Vespius. Some people play only 1. I don't mind him at 2. Basically, at the start of the damage step, if a Gladiator Beast monster you control battles, you can special summon this card from your hand, and then all monsters you control gain 500 attack. And that goes for all monsters, not just Gladiator Beasts. So you can attack with something and then summon it, and you can use this to go into some of your fusion monsters too. Personally, I like him at 2 though. And of course, at the end of the battle phase, you can, if it battles and it still has to be on the field, you can return it to your deck, shuffle it back in your deck, and special summon a Gladiator Beast monster. Most of the main deck monsters we play only summon 1 Gladiator Beast monster from your deck, your main deck. There's only 1 that summons 2, and it's Secutor, I believe, but you don't play Secutor, or at least I don't. And most of your Glad Beast extra deck monsters, they summon some of them summon 2, most of them summon 1 though. There are a few that do summon 2, like Azarius and stuff like that can summon 2, which is really helpful. But I'll show you what fusion monsters I like to run, just so that way it's the way I've been playing it. It's been pretty neat and fun. I feel like the next card I feel like you need to play 2 of You don't want to play 3 because then it's a brick, but you certainly need to play 2 of. I think if you play 1, it's not enough. But someone feel free to quote me on that. Keep in mind, this is just my personal preference. We play 2 Gladiator Beast Bestiary. When it's special summoned by the effect of a Glad Beast monster, or Gladiator Beast monster, keep in mind, this effect is forced to activate. He automatically pops a spell or trap on the field. You can't, which kind of sucks. Sometimes it's awesome, but sometimes it's like you only have your Gladiator rejection. It's like you summon it, and then it's like you have to pop it. You can't choose when you want to activate the effect. Which kind of stinks. But you're going to use Bestiary to go into Gazaris because that's one of the fusion materials that you need to go into Gazaris. I call him Little Bird and Gazaris Big Bird, and I'll explain why momentarily when I'm done with the main deck. But I feel like you need to play 2. 2 has been working out just fine. But yeah, overall, I've had a lot of fun with this deck, and I'm glad and it's relatively budget too. Like, I got the whole entire deck for under like $60 on TCG Player, which is pretty neat. Well, technically 70 because Thunderbird. I'm playing the Infinite Negate package, so I'll explain momentarily. I'll get to that. Next, you could probably bump this down to 1, but I like playing 2 Glad Beast Darius. What Darius does is when he's summoned by the effect of a Gladiator Beast monster, he's a monster reborn of a Glad Beast monster from your graveyard, but it negates its effects. So he kind of helps play. He helps with play extension. And obviously, just like Bestiary and the other Glad Beasts, if it battles and it's still in the field at the end of the battle phase, you can tag out. That's the one thing that's the other problem, that little issue I have with Gladiator Beasts is they have to survive. They have to survive in order for them to tag out. I wish they tag out earlier instead of having to wait till the end of the battle phase. It should be like it should just have the effect kind of like Ritual Beast, where it's just a quick effect where if it doesn't have to battle, it can just be like, okay, I'm gonna tag out, not at the end of the battle phase, because that means the monsters actually have to survive the battle first. And since most of these Glad Beasts don't really have any sort of protection, yeah, you can play some of the bricky spells and traps, but we don't play those. And just like in anime, I wish Konami should, if Konami ever sees this video, they should consider printing that one trap card, like in the anime, Gladiator Beast Medusa Shield, I believe it was, where your Glad Beast monsters can't be destroyed by battle, but any battle damage you would take would be doubled while the cards face up on the field. I mean, I think that probably would make this deck more broken. Probably make it meta again, because believe it or not, at one time this deck was meta. So, for the one-ofs of the rest of the Gladiator Beasts, we play 1 Atorix. You only need 1 of her. She basically modulates her level, and when she special summoned by the effect of a Glad Beast monster, you can Foolish Burial a Glad Beast, and then she changes her level and her name until the end of the turn to match the Glad Beast that you sent. So usually, since you want to get in like your Tamer Editor and stuff, you special summon her, send like your Vespius or your Augustus or whatever you may need, modulate her level to level 7 or 8, and then just go contact Fuse in the Tamer Editor and bring that out. Next, you don't have to play this, but I play the 1 Sagittari. Basically, what Sagittari does is he's a draw 2. When he's special summoned, it's kind of a little bit of an extra draw thing. I rarely ever summon him, but I kind of feel like playing 1 at least. But basically, you get to discard a Glad Beast, and then draw 2 cards and discard 1. So it's okay. You don't have to play him. You do need to play the 1 Quest though, when he's summoned by a Glad Beast, you get to add a Gladiator Beast spell or trap from your graveyard to your hand. Again, you only need to play one of him. Very important. Next, you play the one Noxious. He's another Foolish Burial and protects from direct attacks. So, like, when an opponent declares a direct attack, you can special summon him, and then it can't be destroyed by that battle. So usually you summon him in defense mode, and then you also get to send a Gladiator Beast monster from your deck to your hand, and then so he survives the battle, and then you get to tag out and then summon another Gladiator Beast and do all that fun stuff. Lastly, for the last of the Gladiator Beast monsters, I play one Lycary, just because it kind of bugged me the fact that we have a monster that requires Lycary as fusion material. Although yes, you can cheat out every extra deck monster using Tamer Editor, but I just kind of want to be able to summon the one boss monster properly, so that way you can recur them from the graveyard when you use it, if you need to use it for link plays or whatever you may need. Because if you cheat them out of the extra deck with, yes, they return themselves to the extra deck due to their effects, but if you need to send it for the graveyard for a link play or something, you essentially can't get it back if it was summoned by Tamer Editor. So you don't want to play too many of the Glad Beasts. You just want to play some of them that let you contact fuse, so you can actually... You will never probably ever use this card, but I play it as a one-of just because we played the one Neurokius in the extra deck, and it requires that you use this or you cheat out with Tamer Editor, but it's like, why not just play it? It's not that bad. If it's summoned by the effect of a Glad Beast monster, its original attack plus 2100. It's not bad for level 4. So you don't have to play that though. So that's it for the Glad Beasts. For the last two monsters, because I am playing the Infinite Negate package, we're playing the one small chicken. In other words, we're playing the Mist Valley Apex Thunderbird. And then we're playing the Mega Chicken. Not the Winged Dragon of Ra, not Mega Ultra Chicken, not that. We're playing the Mist Valley Apex Avian. So we're playing Little Chicken and Big Chicken. And I'll explain the Infinite Negate combo, or I'll explain the combo at the end of the video. So that's it for the monsters. For the spells, we of course are playing our Monster Reborn for Gladiator Beasts, which is 3 Gladiator Beasts come back. You get to special summon 1 Gladiator Beast monster from your hand or deck, or hand or graveyard, sorry, with a different original type of a monster you control. So in other words, if I have a beast, if I don't have a beast, oh yeah, and then that monster can't be destroyed by battle, which is pretty cool. So like if I have a Sea Serpent Gladiator Beast and a Wing Beast, but I don't have a Beast Warrior, I can summon a Beast Warrior or a Wing Beast from my Glad Beast from my hand or graveyard, which is pretty cool. You need to play 3 of this. You can bump it down to 2 if you want, but I definitely think this is a 3 of. Helps you, yeah, because again, you can. It's a Monster Reborn, so you can summon a monster. You can, at worst case scenario, you can summon like a Tamer Editor. That's really fun. After you use Tamer Editor and properly summon Tamer Editor, you can just send it back, send it to the graveyard, use Tamer Editor's effect, come back, summon Tamer Editor, use Tamer Editor's effect again, get another one out of the extra deck, another Glad Beast, do your plays, and then the Tamer Editor can't be destroyed by battle. There's just so many shenanigans you can do with that. Next, I've seen people play this at 1, I've seen people play this at 3. I've been okay with 3. But this basically makes it so that way your Gladiator Beast can't be targeted by your opponent's card effects, except during the battle phase, which is stupid. But so they can't. So this kind of essentially helps out with dodging hand traps, and I say that in quotes because, you know, Imperm, Effect Veiler, all that stuff, it targets. So So your opponent really can't. It can't dodge Ash, and it can't dodge Ogre, but your Glad Beast can like dodge anything that targets, except during the battle phase. So if they Magic Cylinder you, well, you're fucked. I have had that happen against a computer, and I was salty about it. It also has a secondary effect where if a Gladiator Beast monster is summoned from special summon from your extra deck, you can special summon one Gladiator Beast monster from your extra deck, or from your deck as well. Sorry, your main deck. Yeah, I'm kind of talking fast, but so it helps you generate advantage on the board. Next, we play 3 Rhoda, Gladiator Proving Ground. Add the level 4 or lower Gladiator Beast monster from your deck to your hand. To Rhoda. And know how this is not once per turn. Next, we play 3 Unexpected Die for the end all. So in case we don't open Rabbit. We still have this, or we can kind of bait out a hand trap, so we can be at like an Ash or something like that. So it just helps us. You can special summon one level 4 or lower normal monster from your deck. So if we either open up Ash or Imperm, or sorry, if we don't get like Ash or Impermed, and we open up either Rabbit or this, we're in a good spot. It just increases our chance of opening up something. Next, since I'm playing a blind go second, I'm playing a go second build, or kind of. I believe Glad Beast is a going second deck, because they rely on the battle phase. So I think going second is probably the best option for Gladiator Beast, because first person looking to battle phase. Well, they really can't do. I don't think they can do as much going first. But this is why I play the next card at 3. I play 3 Dark Ruler. Shuts down Dragoon, shuts down your opponent's play, so that you can just kind of go off. And again, you can start to kind of abuse a lot of these not hard once per turn card effects. So that's why I think 3 Dark Rule is very handy. In case someone drops like 2 or 3 negates on board, and it's like, no, Dark Ruler. You know what I'm saying? Next, we play 1 Monster Reborn because it's limited and helps extend your plays. 1 World Legacy Succession, again, extending your graveyard plays. Yeah, most of the Glide Beasts go to shuffle themselves in extra deck, but it just helps you with plays. And then we play the 1 Living Fossil. Again, this is also to help you extend plays as well. So we essentially have 6 Monster Reborns. Because Glad Beasts, if you're doing link plays, you do kind of need to use your resources. And you don't really have to worry about the banish effect of Living Fossil, because they return themselves to the deck when they're contact fusions. So it's not the biggest neg. And then for the last card of the deck, I play 1 Defensive Tactics. You don't have to play this, but basically this is a Wabaku, a searchable Wabaku. But if you control a face-up Gladiator Beast monster, monsters you control cannot be destroyed by battle. Also, you can reduce all battle damage you take for 0 for the turn, which is really nice, because if you flip it up on your opponent's turn, that's fine, because then you can just be like, okay, let's go. Punch, no damage. Punch again, no damage. Punch again, no damage. You can just keep on punching your opponent, and your opponent's going to be like, why the hell are you punching me? What's the point of this? And then you can be like, end of battle phase. Summon like 3/3, and then it's just some little shenanigans. That's why like I said before, I really wish they would make that Medusa shield, because I think that would help this deck out so much. That's like from the anime. But Yeah, I will put that Medusa shield in the comments if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, of that Gladiator Beast card from the anime. Because Battle Beast used it in Arc 5. So that's it for the main deck, guys. Let's talk about the extra deck. Keep in mind that this deck is completely up to personal preference, but this is what I play. We, of course, play two of the big guy himself, the Gladiator Beast Tamer Editor. So basically, he requires 2 level 5 or higher Glad Beasts, and he must be Contact Fusion. It cannot be special summoned by other ways. Once per turn, you can special summon one level. I believe you can special summon one Gladiator Beast Fusion monster from your extra deck, except for Tamer Editor, ignoring summoning conditions. And of course, at the end of the battle phase, if your Gladiator Beast monster battles, you can shuffle that monster into the extra deck, and special summon one Gladiator Beast monster from your deck. So you can shuffle that fusion monster into your deck and do all that kind of shenanigans. But he's the boss, the true boss monster, because he cheats out everything. And no how his effect is not once per turn either. I'm thinking about cutting this next card, but I play one Neurokius. Just requires 3 Gladiator Beasts. He himself cannot be destroyed by battle, and when he battles, he has an Armades effect where your opponent, or an Ancient Gear / Armades effect where your opponent can't activate card's effect until the end of the damage step. He's one of the big guys that can summon 2 Gladiator Beast monsters from your deck. So again, you could be like, okay, battle phase, Neurokius attack, maybe kill something. If not, I mean, he has an okay stat line. They should have just made him 3,000 attack. But 2,800 is not bad. But there have been times where, you know, I purposely ran my opponent, knowing my monsters can't be destroyed by battle. Sometimes you just have to literally crack your knuckles and be like, attack into a monster, take a little bit of damage, and just kind of wince a little bit and be like, it was worth it. And your opponent's going, wait, why are you attacking me? You just sacrificed your own life points. I've actually done that. It's kind of satisfying to do. Especially when you swarm the field later on. You have like 3 or 4 effects going off. Next, you play 2 of the monsters that you'll probably most likely be going in the most. 2 of the big bird, Gazaris. He's a pop 2 on summon, so requires Bestiary and 1 Gladiator Beast monster. When this card is special summoned, you can target up to 2 cards on the field, destroy them both, and then when this card battles at the end of the battle phase, you can shuffle this card in, special summon 2 Gladiator Beast monsters from your deck, except for Gladiator Beast Bestiary. So you're going to be tagging out a lot. It helps you generate advantage. Next we have the 1 Gladiator Beast Neurokius. He's your Omni negate spells and traps that's not once per turn by discarding a Glad Beast. So yeah, he negates your spells and traps, your opponent's spells and traps. He's the one that requires a Lycory and 2 Gladiator Beast monsters to make. I have yet to actually hard make this dude, but and actually, you know, there's 2 different routes you can kind of go with my build a little bit, but that's why I do play the 1 Lycory, just because, just in case you want him hard summon him, you don't have to because you have Tamer Editor, but yeah, it's pretty much, Glad Beasts are pretty much summon Tamer Editor, spam the hell out of your board, and then end up with like 2 or 3 negates or whatever. And then for the last of the fusion monsters we play 2 Glad Beast Damateus. Sorry if I butchered the name. He's your monster negate, and he's the one that as a passive effect, he lets you redirect. He lets you choose your attack targets. So he's the one that actually kind of protects your Gladiator Beasts. He's the one that protects your Gladiator beasts, and that's a continuous effect. So if your opponent has a 5,000 beat stick and you don't want them attacking this, you can be like, when they enter battle phase, you'll be like, okay, you are attacking my little monster, and then killing that, and just he also kind of helps if you get him out with the infinite negate combo as well. You typically want to get him out with the infinite negate combo, so your opponent doesn't break it by running over the Apex Avian or running over the chicken. I mean, if they somehow get a bigger monster out, it's like you have an extra negate plus the chicken or whatever. Like I said, it's very interesting which route you can take, and I kind of like that. I've been testing this deck a lot, and I tried it with my friend, and I pulled it off. It's actually easier to pull off than what you think it is, the infinite negate combo. Alright, next for the Link monsters, we play... I don't think you need to play 3 of, but you definitely need to play 2 Test Panther. When it's Link summoned, you can add 1 Gladiator Beast card from your deck to your hand. And then you can basically shuffle 1 Gladiator Beast monster, or shuffle 1 Gladiator Beast monster into your deck, and then special summon another one from your deck. And it's treated as the effect as being special summoned by a Gladiator Beast, which all the Glad Beasts need to have. You can only use the effect once per turn, but it's actually really nice. So, like I said, normal summon Rescue Rabbit, or even better yet, Unexpected Die, normal summon your Andal, Rescue Rabbit, normal summon Rescue Rabbit, tribute the banished Rescue Rabbit, summon 2 more Andal, you have your Link 2, plus you have an extra material use to go in the Test Panther, and then use Test Panther effect to summon to bring out your Augustus, and then you can just start comboing off from there. So, I think you definitely need to play 2 of that. Now, I've been kind of putzing around with this one, but I play 1. I never go into her, but I play 1 Tri-Brigade, I can't pronounce her name. Fergit. I'm just gonna call her I'm just gonna call her little ferret or rabbit girl. Yeah. She is kind of an extender, but during your main phase, you can special summon level 4 or lower Beast, Beast Warrior, Wing Beast monster, which are all the Glad Beasts from your hand. And you just can't use monster for Link material except for Beast, Beast Warrior, Wing Beast. Kind of help you in case you kind of have a dead hand. You can just link into her and then summon and do a couple of things. If you don't want to play her, you can also play the Link, one of the Link 3 Tri-Brigade, the one that lets you summon from graveyard during your opponent's turn. It's not as helpful, but it does return the monster to the hand. The Link 3 does. It returns the monster to the hand, and then for you to set up for the turn afterward. We play 1 Glad Beast of the Gracias. Sorry, I'm mispronouncing the name. He's actually really fun too. He summons 2 Glad Beasts from deck after he battles at the end of the battle phase or whatever. But if a Glad Beast monster attacks, you can make it so it can't be destroyed by that battle. Also, your opponent, he gives all your Glad Beasts the Armades effect. But only during your turn though. So he gives all your Glad Beasts kind of an Armades effect, and your opponent can't activate cards or effect. You'll still take damage, but I think having him as a 1-of, you could even bump him up to 2-of if you really wanted to. But I think it definitely helps out the deck a lot. Again, being able to protect your Glad Beast from being destroyed by battle is one of the key things that I think this deck needs to kind of have. And that's why you play the 1 defensive tact and stuff like that. If there was just some spell or continuous spell or something that says once per turn your monsters can't be destroyed, your Gladiator Beast monster can't be destroyed by battle or something, I think that would help the deck a lot. And because we're playing fusion monsters and contact fusion, we're playing the 1 Cross Sheep because, again, advantage. It's a free monster reborn when you contact fusion. So And then we're playing the one Union Carrier to equip the Thunderbird or equip something. You can even do stupid shit like equip a Glad Beast and then shuffle the Glad Beast because it's on the field into the deck to summon one of your fusion monsters. You could do crazy stuff like that, but this card is actually really stupid. And of course, since we're playing the Infinite Negate as well, we play the Once More Bird of Sovereignty. We use it to summon your Thunderbird, unless your opponent is playing like 5 back row. Then it won't work. But Simorg's effect can't use link material. Your opponent can't target Beast Warrior, Wing Beast monster that this card points to. If this card would be destroyed by battle, you can destroy one of the some more card you control instead. And then during the end phase, you can special. And this is during the end phase, during each player's end phase, you can special summon one Beast Warrior, or Wing Beast monster whose level is less than or equal to the number of spell and traps on the field. So you can only use each effect of some more Bird of Sovereignty once per turn. So yeah, you get out your chicken and then you do some combos with that. So that's it for the deck, guys. Very interesting deck. Overall, I really did enjoy this deck. I used it with my friend. Yeah, I won some, and I played around with it, and I really do enjoy this deck. I think this deck can use some improvement, but it's not bad for what it does. And I hope you guys give it a try. Like I said, I got the entire deck for literally under like $60. The only expensive cards in the deck, the main deck, are Test Tigers, but even then those are like $5 a piece, I think. Only a couple bucks a piece. And the other card that's kind of expensive is the Thunderbird, or not Apex Avian, but the Mist Valley Thunderbird. That's like that's like $7 or $8, and then the Union Carrier, I think that's still like $5 or $6. But other than that, you can get this deck for literally under $75. I do think that it is a really fun deck, and you guys should try it out. Anyway, guys, that's gonna end this deck profile. I really do hope you guys enjoyed it. I will try to upload more deck profiles when I get them. As always, if you like my content, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and I will try to upload videos whenever I can. And thank you guys. You guys rock. Later, guys.